All right, today we're diving into a city that's been at the center of empires for millennia. A place where history isn't something you just read about in a book. No, it's literally built into the streets. We're talking about Tripoli, the capital of Libya. So just imagine for a second, what if a city could tell a story? Not just any story, but the story of 2,500 years of human history. A saga of trade, of conquest, of incredible culture, and yes, of conflict, all layered one on top of the other in a single place. Well, that city is Tripoli. It is a true crossroads where empires have met, clashed, and left their indelible mark for thousands of years. So today, let's peel back those layers, one by one. Okay, so first things first. To really understand Tripoli's incredible story, you have to get a handle on its geography. I mean, it really is all about location, location, location. You know, pretty much everything that happens in Tripoli's long history starts right here, with its geography. I mean, just look at it. It's sitting right there on the Mediterranean coast. It was the perfect bridge between continents that made it a natural hub for trade, a magnet for people moving across the world, and of course, a huge prize for any empire looking to control the region. The strategic importance, well, it's the engine that drives its entire history. So let's go ahead and peel back that first major layer. Let's look at the city's ancient foundations, back when it became a real powerhouse of the classical world. The story kicks off more than 2,500 years ago. It started out as, a pretty humble trading post for the Phoenicians. Then it got more important under the Carthaginians. But the real game changer? That was in 146 BCE, when the rising power of Rome took control. This move is what set the stage for Tripoli's golden age in antiquity. And you can see just how important the city became from the name the Romans gave the whole region, Tripolitania. That literally means land of three cities. Think about that. This tells you it wasn't some remote, forgotten outpost. It was one of the wealthiest, most significant hubs of power in all of Roman North Africa. But, of course, the Roman Empire didn't last forever. And when it fell, the story didn't just end there. Oh no. Instead, new empires arrived, and each one added another distinct, fascinating layer to Tripoli's identity. Then, in the 7th century, a really profound cultural shift happens. Arab forces bring Islam to North Africa, and Tripoli is completely transformed. Mosques go up, and these bustling open-air markets, the souks, they become the absolute heart of the city. A whole new layer of Arab and Islamic heritage was laid down, and it's a layer that still defines the city to this day. And then came two more major layers. First, in the 16th century, the Ottoman Empire takes control, and they rule for centuries. They beef up the city's forts and really shape that iconic historic quarter, the Medina, that we still see today. Then, in 1911, a totally different influence arrives, Italy. The Italians, they build these grand European-style avenues, they modernize the infrastructure, and they basically reshape Tripoli into a colonial capital. It's amazing. You can literally walk through the city and see these two histories side by side. The winding, ancient alleys of the Ottoman Medina suddenly meet the broad, straight boulevards of the Italian city. And that brings us to the most recent and probably the most volatile layer of them all, the city's journey through the 20th and 21st centuries. A really crucial turning point came in 1951. After decades of Italian colonial rule and all the turmoil of World War II, Libya finally became an independent nation. And for the very first time, Tripoli was the capital of a sovereign Libyan state. It was the center of a brand new national identity. Then, in 1969, a new and very long chapter began. For the next 42 years, Tripoli was the undisputed center of power under the rule of Muammar Gaddafi, a period that really placed the city and Libya squarely on the world stage. And then came 2011. As the Arab Spring swept across the region, it arrived in Libya. This led to widespread conflict and ultimately the end of that 42-year government. This single event plunged Tripoli and the whole country into a new period of instability and a struggle for power. So after peeling back all those layers of history, Roman, Arab, Ottoman, Italian, and modern, what does Tripoli actually look like today? Well, this brings us to its role as Libya's heart, and really the key to its future. Yeah, despite all the recent turmoil, Tripoli's core strengths are still there. Its strategic location is just as important as it ever was. It's the administrative heart for Libya's absolutely vast oil reserves. We're talking some of the largest in Africa. And, importantly, it has a large young population, which really represents the nation's potential for the future. But you can't ignore the challenges. They are absolutely undeniable. The political divisions that started back in 2011 are still playing out, and Tripoli is very often at the center of that struggle. Security remains a major concern, and there's a huge pressing need to repair infrastructure and reform the economy for what comes next. So here's the crucial point, the real takeaway. Through ancient empires, colonial rule, and modern conflict, one thing has never, ever changed. Tripoli remains the undeniable political, cultural, and economic heart of Libya. Its fate and the nation's fate are completely, 100% intertwined. And that leaves us with the ultimate question, doesn't it? The city has been a Phoenician post, a Roman powerhouse, an Ottoman stronghold, an Italian capital, and a modern political center. So, looking at its deep, layered past and its challenging present, what will be the next layer in Tripoli's incredible 2,500-year story?